so many ideas that they want to share or they want to sell out to the world, but you are looking for how to clarify those ideas so that people will stop misunderstanding you and so that people can feel the ideas that you are communicating. You want to be able to bring your ideas to life and let people experience the message for themselves. And so that is what we're going to be working towards. We're going to be working towards that tonight. And I'd like you to pay attention to that and take as much notes as you can. And you can always ask questions in the in the Telegram group if you have questions. So right now, I'm starting the program by showing you my screen. This is Lumen 316, how to explain complex ideas clearly. So I'm going to tell you a story that I heard some years back. There were two supervisors. The first supervisor, let's call him John. If your name is John, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about you. His name is John. So he went to the site where they have these workers and they were all working, but they were not using the company's hats. There were these protective helmets that companies give to their staffs when they are working. So they said, according to company policy, you must always wear your helmet whenever you are working on the site. But unfortunately, these men were not wearing their hats. They were not wearing the helmet, sorry. And because they were not wearing the helmet, when the supervisor came and found them, he got so angry with them and he scolded them. He said, look at all of you. You were supposed to be wearing this hat. You're supposed to be wearing this helmet, but you are not wearing it. Are you stupid? Are you mad? Do you want to die? And then they shrugged and they picked up the helmets and they wore it. But that was it. 2 days after then, these guys, they went back to work and they stopped wearing the helmet again. And so this time, the company needed somebody that has better leadership and communication skill. So they sent another guy, let's call him Mark. And so when Mark got to the site, he didn't scold these guys or these men for not wearing their helmets. Instead, he called them and he looked at them and said, are you married? And the man said, yes. He said, how many children do you have? He said, three. He turned to the other man and said, are you married? He said, yes. He said, so how many children do you have? He said, five. So he asked the man and said, do you love your wife? And the man said, yes. He turned to the other man and said, do you love your family? And he said, yes. And then he looked at them and said, look, I want you to understand something. There are so many chances that something could fall and break your head while you're walking on the site. The helmet may not be able to protect you from dying, but it will reduce the chances that you are going to die anytime soon. And he said to them, imagine if you die today, what is going to happen to your family? What is going to be the fate of your children? So when we ask you to wear these helmets, we are not asking you to wear them because of the company. We are asking you to wear them because of your family. And he said this, and I love this. He said, every time you are not wearing this helmet, you are creating an opportunity for your children to live without their daddy. And that was all he said. But then the story goes that after the man visited the site, the workers started wearing the helmets more often than before. And so when they asked them, what changed? What happened? Why are you wearing the helmet? They said, every time we do not wear these helmets, every time I don't have this helmet on my head, I feel like my children are dying. I feel like I'm being so careless with my family. What is the difference between John and Mark? The difference is in knowing how to communicate your idea. Mark understand that people don't do things because of you. People don't buy your products because of you. People do things because of themselves. We are all human beings and we are fundamentally selfish. We do things because it affects us, it concerns us, it benefits us. If it doesn't do any of these things I talked about, many people will never do it. And so he tied the company policies to the things that these men desire. And he was able to sell the idea of wearing the helmet by making them understand that the helmet will reduce the chances that their wives and their children may have to live without their father. What can we learn from that story? The way you communicate an idea will determine if people will accept it or not. The way you communicate an idea will determine if people will embrace it or not. And so people who have mastered how to effectively communicate their ideas, these ones, they draw people to themselves and they are able to close more deals. So this class is also essential for you if you are somebody who is in business and you are looking to improve on your business using public speaking skills. Or maybe you are a tech guy, or maybe you are into fashion and you want to be able to clarify your ideas to prospective clients or to prospective investors. Our class tonight will help you to achieve that. And I am so excited. I am so happy to be the one bringing these wonderful teachings with you. Once again, my name is Stephen Michael. I am a public speaking and presentation coach. Basically, I help people to improve on their presentation skills. I also provide sales and business presentation training for companies and individuals who want to improve on their ability to make sales presentations and convince more clients. I also provide marketing consulting and sales consulting for people looking for more ways to attract audience attention and be able to penetrate the market. In fact, I run a marketing agency called Fodax Marketing Agency that basically help businesses to pull in clients name of clients, qualified clients or customers to pick interest in your business. I've worked with multi-level marketing companies, government companies, government parastatals, however you want to see it, individuals, small businesses, and virtually anyone that is interested in how to get more clients and customers. So here is why you may want to listen to me. First of all, I have more than 8 years experience working with people, okay? I have more than 8 years experience helping clients in this field. And I have lectured in some of the institutions you may know about, Podium Dynamics in Uyo, Akwa Ibom, Consul Dynamic in Lagos State. I am also the founder of the High Profile Speaker Circle and the founder of the Fodax Training Academy with presence in Lagos, Abuja, and Oka. I am also the lead marketer at the Fodax Marketing Agency, and I work mostly with people who value their time and people who value results. So if you are the type that love to play around and maybe attend cheap programs, maybe I'm not the right person for you. You can attend my free programs and maybe find people who offer other cheaper options. There is no harm in doing that. I want to work with people who are result oriented. I am excited when I'm working with people who said, listen, what I want is results and nothing but results. I don't want too much grammar. I don't want confusion. I don't want complications. I want results, simplified. That is the kind of clients I love to work with. And I have also been hired both by government parastatals and some companies that you may have heard about. Now, there are things I want to show you. These are things I'm very proud of. This is going to be brief, so I suggest you pay attention, please. This training is very useful. I'm reading some testimonials by people I've worked with. This training is very useful in addressing stage fright and lack of confidence. The training is also very interactive. I would recommend it to anybody that wants to be bold to address an audience. This is by Haran Adebayo, the Assistant Director, Lagos State Ministry of Justice. Before I attended the public speaking and sales training, I had issues with my confidence level, and I feel like I know how to be able to sell on stage. I feel like I don't know how to be able to sell on stage. Initially, I had doubts. That's okay. People have doubts here and now. My life have improved very well, and I would recommend this training to others who want to improve their ability to speak or sell. This is by Chris, the Chief Financial Officer of Profin Ad Nigeria Limited. This is another testimony. My life is much better than before because I have somehow become more confident as a person as the result of the training. The coaching experience with Stephen Michael is worthwhile. He's an excellent coach. I also recommend the training. Now, please, this is me reading the testimonials that I've gathered from clients. So I am basically, I don't know, raising my own horn, or however you choose to see it. But this is something you need to know to see people who have tested my programs. This is Adetunji Daudu, and he is the director and admin of Lagos State Ministry of Justice. You can also see testimonials from Kayode Oke. Dr. Mickey helped me to overcome fear, boost confidence in presentation, and set sales goals for our company. He's a good presentation coach, friendly, wow, and humble. He always ensures that you are satisfied with his class. My entire sessions were fantastic, so I will recommend him. And we have other testimonials from Innocent Eziru and from Jennifer T. Turner. In fact, we have people who said the knowledge I impacted in some programs they attended were worth more than the amount of money that they paid for the program. Now, why am I telling you this? I want you to have confidence in what I'm about to share with you. I want you to have confidence in the value and the information that I want to bring to you. Take it to your heart and put it to practice. And I can assure you that it will work for you if you take it to heart and you put it to practice and you are able to utilize this in your everyday business or everyday conversation. This could be the game changer for you in the next couple of weeks. So here is the difference between me and many other persons you have been listening to. I have a physical location. In fact, I have physical locations in Lagos and Abuja where you can come and have a physical experience of what public speaking is all about. I also have teachings that are based on real world experiences. So I am not a freelancer. And also my teachings are practical and easily applicable. My focus is on real world. And that is why this is very important. I like to tell my students, there is a difference between public speaking and not on impressing people by changing who you are. My focus is basically on how you can become the power and greater clarity. And that is what this program is also about. I have also been hired by some people that you may know about: bankers, lawyers, accountants, pastors, politicians, and different people that I've worked with. And I look forward to working with you as you grow in your own field. I was asked at some point, what makes a good public speaker? So I am going to answer that in this program. What makes a good public speaker? Is it your ability to speak big English, or is it your ability to confuse the audience? Is it your ability to just, do some stylish stuff on stage that doesn't have any content, that doesn't have any much substance? Or is there something tangible that makes a good public speaker? And here is my answer. Number one, a good public speaker must be someone who is able to deliver a clear and memorable message. In other words, at the end of your conversation, people should not be guessing the meaning of what you're talking about. And people should also remember your presentation long after you have delivered them. Secondly, a good public speaker is someone who can carry the audience along. I don't care how intelligent or how brilliant you are. If you cannot carry your audience along, or you are constantly leaving most people in the audience to find their way, or people are constantly saying, I am lost, I can't find my way, then you are not a good public speaker. So please take note of these things because they are very critical. The last point is a good speaker is somebody who can bring an ordinary idea to life. So it doesn't matter if you're talking about nuclear wars, or you are talking about poetry, or you are talking about the environment or the atmosphere or spiritualism. It doesn't matter the subject matter. A good speaker must be able to breathe life into the conversation. In other words, people will find your topic interesting, not necessarily because of the topic, but because of how you are able to present the subject matter. So a good speaker is somebody who understands how to bring ordinary ideas to life in such a way that people can relate with the ideas and want to run with it. Now, before I continue, I want to make sure that you can hear me and you are following. If you can hear me and you're following, please wave to the screen. Let me see you. One person, two persons, three persons. Okay. Let me check our group. Okay. Very fine. In that case, we'll continue. We have a message here. We cannot hear you again. Please, if you can hear me, wave to the screen. Some people said they cannot hear me again. Okay, so I think it's your network. If you can't hear me, it's probably your network. Please fix that. All right, so a good speaker must deliver a clear and memorable message. A good speaker must carry the audience along, and a good speaker must be able to bring an ordinary idea to life. Take note of all of this. Now, how do I explain complex ideas clearly? We have a full course on this. It's called Lumen 316, and we explain 14 to 16 things you need to do to clarify your ideas. But because of tonight, I don't want to take much of our time. I'm going to share about 5 or 6 of such ideas with you, and then we come to a close for this night. The first thing you need to do, if you must be able to clarify your ideas, is to understand your audience. So please write, understand your audience. Understand your audience. You need to understand their level of exposure. You need to understand how they see things. You need to understand their frame of reference and existing knowledge. Let me explain. When you are talking to people, for instance, an average Nigerian, you're talking to an average Nigerian and you want to talk about the secret of your success. And then you say something like, I have some rituals that I perform that have made me successful. The average Nigerian will have a second look at you once they hear the word ritual, because the word ritual in this part of the country has negative effects. It has negative frame of reference. And so that is something you don't want to use anyhow unless you understand that your audience will understand what you are referring to. If not, some people will live with the impression that you are a ritualist. However, if you mention the word ritual among the educated, the exposed, and the elites, they may not think of somebody killing somebody. Instead, they will think of something probably like a habit or something that somebody does consistently to achieve a particular personal result. So understanding the people you are talking to the members of the audience will help you to know the kind of words you should use, the kind of language you should use. Most of my clients are Nigerians. At least 95 to 96% of my clients are Nigerians. And so when you're talking to Nigerians, you need to understand how they speak. You need to understand how they think. And you need to understand how to be able to explain things to them. And even when you get to where Nigerians are, the way the Igbo man understands something is slightly different. And this is me trying to be moderate, slightly different from the way the Yoruba man or the Hausa man and some other places might see it. So who you are talking to will determine how much you need to explain. Who you are talking to will also determine how much you need to bring to the stage, whether you need to explain each word or you need to break down your language into simple words that people can understand. One of the greatest misconceptions today is that people think if you can speak bigger grammar, then you are more educated or more enlightened. This is not true. You do not have to speak bigger grammar to show that you are more educated or more enlightened. Communication is basically your ability to pass information in such a way that the audience will understand you. So you need to know who you are talking to and then to think of the next step. The next step in my slide is to avoid certain common mistakes. Please take note of these mistakes. We will not be able to dive into them fully, but I will mention them to you so that you can pay attention to them the next time you are talking. What are these mistakes? Number one is vague. Now, vague is when somebody is speaking, but the meaning is not clear. When somebody is speaking, but we can't quite understand what exactly and what precisely this person is talking about. The second is ambiguity. Ambiguity is when somebody speaks in such a way that the statement has double meaning. There are people that speak in such a way that the statement can be interpreted this way or that way. And so it becomes difficult for the audience to decide what exactly this person is trying to say because your interpretation or your meaning is open to different interpretations. And we need you as the speaker to tell us what you are talking about. You don't have to leave us to be wandering about in our minds thinking of the meaning of the things you are talking about. So vague, ambiguity, and the last one is jargon. You need to pay attention to this. Now, jargon are the words you are exposed to as a result of your industry, your field, or your exposures. Now, those in the technical department, they have their own jargon. Those in religion, they have their own jargon. Those in different sectors, health sectors, they have their own jargons. And so when they speak, even though they are making sense to themselves, they are not making sense to the listener because the language or the words, the vocabularies they are using can only be understood by someone who has similar experience or similar level of education. So you may want to avoid all of these if you want to have a profitable conversation with your audience. The next thing I want you to take note of is the use of the rule of three. Now, before I do that, I want to see who is still following us. If you can hear me and you can see the screen, I'd like you to wave to the screen. Great, great. The people that are not showing their face, it's hard for me to know if you are following or not, but I just have to believe you are following. Thank you. I can see your hands up. Great, great. Thank you. Mr. Jean, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. All right, so I'll continue with the slide. The rule of three is a simple concept that I teach tech guys when they want to present their ideas. The problem is some people think if you want to present your ideas, you need to talk, you need to explain, you need to tell people everything. that is wrong. You don't have to tell people everything. In fact, the more information you share with people, the more uninteresting you become. The more information you share with people, the more you bore their brain. So there is this saying that less is more, and it is true. The more you can keep to the core, the more you can keep to the most essential part of the speech, the more you attract attention and people would want to know. I'm telling you this because this is very crucial. You've got to learn how to use the rule of three. And the rule of three states that you can simply break down your ideas into three most important parts. Break your ideas into three crucial parts. In that way, people can easily memorize it and people can easily remember it. You don't have to talk about everything. Whether you are pitching to investors or you are selling, those of us in network marketing, you don't have to explain everything. There are two important things. There are two most important things in every business presentation. Number one is to get attention. Number two is to show you that I have the solution to the problem that you're having. Those are the two most important things. The rest, we can take care of it. So when I write my letters sometimes, when I write my proposals sometimes, I don't include everything. I tell you just enough for you to get attention, to get your attention. I tell you just enough to get your attention, and then I tell you just enough for you to know that I can help you. If any of this does not convince you to ask me for more information, then you are the wrong person. You can't be the right person. The right person, the moment they see that you possess the skills or the competencies that they are looking for, you have a solution to their problems, the next thing they will ask you is, how much, or tell me more. I want to know more about your business. I want to know more about your opportunity. Tell me more. And so you don't have to bore people with your presentation. Keep it brief. Use the rule of three. We can see the rule of three in nature. In nature, we have day, morning, and night, or morning, day, and night. I don't know if you have noticed. And so whenever you are making your presentation, break it down, break it into three: beginning, the body, and the end. The beginning, I catch your attention. The body, I show you that I can help you. The end, I tell you what to do. I just share something with you now. I hope those of us in business, you are finding this interesting. Try this tonight. The beginning, I catch your attention. The body, I tell you, I can help you. I'm qualified to help you. And the ending, I tell you what to do. Let me give you an example. Are you currently struggling with stage fright? That is my first statement. Well, over the past 8 years, I have helped people just like you to overcome their stage fright, build self-confidence, and master public speaking skill. Click the link below and talk to me. Let me see how I can help you. Thank you. That is the end of the presentation. If I have just 1 minute to make a presentation, that is exactly what I'm going to say. Now, take note of the first thing I said. Are you struggling with stage fright? Very clear proposition. So if you're not struggling with stage fright, well, God bless you. You're not my client at the moment. For those of you in multi-level marketing, you can use scripts like, are you currently looking for another stream of income? If somebody said, no, I'm not looking for another stream of income, well, God bless them. They are not your client. They're not your prospect. Let them go. You see, the world is so large that there is always somebody who is looking for exactly what you have. For those of you in fashion, you might begin to look at different aspects of your business and think, what can I tell people to capture their attention? What can I show people to capture their attention? You can use statements like, are you tired of? Are you worried about, if you are selling insurance, are you worried about what is going to happen, to your children should anything happen to you? Wow. If somebody is not worried about that, they are not your prospect. I mean, I don't even want to talk to somebody who is not worried about the future of their children or their families. That person must have had some very serious issue. Okay, so get their attention. If you are selling a product or an idea, get attention by talking about the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, some people think that they have to talk about the good things about their business, but I want to tell you something tonight. The pain sells more than pleasure. Pain sells more than pleasure. So anytime you want to convince people about your business, think of the pain that they are going through. What are they struggling with? What is the problem? What is the challenge? Use that as the starting point of the speech. If I want to sell something like lights, I would start with, are you tired of struggling with electricity? Are you tired of losing your gadgets because you do not have constant power supply? I want to start talking about the pain points, the places where it hurts. That is where I will start. Then the next thing is to make you believe that I'm the right person for you. If you look at my speech, I said for the past 8 years, I have been helping people. Now, why am I saying that? I am saying that because I want you to believe that I can help you. If people do not believe in you, they will never do business with you. It doesn't matter what you are selling. Sometimes people are not buying from you, not because you don't have a good solution, but because they don't believe you. When it comes to industries like network marketing, for instance, it is a business of trust. Some people have bastardized the industry. And so people are wary of people who promise more than they can deliver. So you might want to bank on your integrity, or you can bank on the fact that your company have been existing for more than 25 years, or whatever you have to show. But do whatever you have to do to immediately establish credibility so that you can get them to take action. Don't forget the last point. The last part is where you tell them what to do. Some people make speeches and you don't know what they want you to do. People finish listening to you and they can't tell exactly, what do you want me to do? Should I visit your website? Should I call you on phone? Should I talk to an expert or a consultant in your team? What do you, never you end a speech without telling people what to do. In public speaking, we call it call to action, CTA, call to action. What do you want the audience to do? Look, if you're a Christian, can you imagine a pastor finished preaching and he did not call people?
Please, I can't hear you, please. I can't hear you, please.
The network is bad.
Very bad, please.
Just put it. Come on.
Notice there was
Network
a
is bad.
glitch.
Okay.
Are we together?
It's very bad.
Yes, the network is very bad. I've been noticing that. But can you hear me now? Please, if you can hear me and I'm making sense to you, wave to the screen. Let me be sure I'm talking to people.
Can.
Great.
We can.
Great.
We can hear you.
All right, great. Very beautiful. So make sure you have a call to action. Just like a pastor, you must ask the people to do something. You can ask them to stand up. If you finish speaking against something, let's take, for instance, you finish speaking against rape. Don't just close your mouth. Let people do something. Ask them to raise their hands and say something, or ask them to step up and say something, or ask them to do a video. Just ask them to do something, because people actually learn when they act. People don't learn just by listening. They learn by doing. So if you finish teaching people something, let them do something. If you are pitching, let the investors know what you are expecting them to do. How much do you want them to invest? How much do they stand to benefit if they can invest with you? But let them know what to do at the end of your presentation. The
Please,
next thing I want to
am I still one of you? I can't hear anything. I'm not even seeing the video.
Okay, please, can
Please.
you go on mute?
Please.
All right, I think we're back. Can you hear me now? Wave to the screen if you can hear me. Great, great. Great. All right, so I think we will continue. The next point I want to talk about is talk to a 6-year-old child. Find a 6-year-old and talk to him or her. Now, this is about Easton. He said, if you can't explain it, that is your idea, to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. One of the ways to know that you understand your idea is that you are able to explain it to a child. If you can't explain your business to your child, your little child, then you don't understand your business. There's got to be a way to explain it to the child. It might take you some time to break it down, but watch how you were able to explain it to that child. That is how you should explain it to ordinary people who don't understand the business. So I'm giving you an assignment tonight. If you have a small child, 6-year, 10-year-old, 15-year-old, try to talk to them about your business. Let's see if you are able to explain the business. And when you finish explaining, ask them if they understood what you talked about. And listen to them talk about the business. It will surprise you that some of us, when you start talking about your business to your child, you might even break up. You might even break down because you can't seem to be able to explain the idea. You know what it is. You wish to say it. In fact, you know what you're saying, but your child has no idea, has no clue what it is you're talking about. And so you must find other ways to be able to explain your business or your idea to a child. I do this in my office. I call my workers when I have ideas. I call my workers. I said, listen, I'm going to talk to you guys about this idea, and I want to see if you can understand it. And then I make a single statement. Most times it will surprise you because this thing, it is not about being a communications expert. We are constantly upgrading. We are constantly improving ourselves. It takes us the same amount of time it takes you to prepare. Okay? I use exactly the same things I teach you for myself. Most of the things I teach you, I still have to go back to them. If I have to make a business presentation, a business speech, I have to pull out my script and go through it over and over again. I was speaking with the administrator in our school yesterday, and I told her that one of the reasons why I am finding it difficult to honor some invitations that have been coming to me is because of the amount of work that goes into preparing for a single speech. It takes serious amount of work to prepare for a single presentation. So people don't know how much work you have to put in just to have a 35-minute presentation. And they will enjoy it. They will invite you again. They don't know that even if after they've invited you again, you have to go through the stress of preparing yourself to be ready. So everybody goes through the stress of having to explain their idea to other people, including myself, my mentors, my coaches. All of us, we go through that. You should not find it awkward. You should not find it weird. It will take you time, but eventually you will find a better way to explain your business. In my office, we have what we call scripts. I teach my workers how they can answer business calls using our scripts. And the first time they tried it, they told me, they said, this is very difficult. This is very difficult. It is not easy. I said, yes, it is never easy, but practice it for 7 days and watch your life improve. Over time, they have mastered it in such a way that they can take calls and talk and drive sales conversation even in my absence. Now, somebody will come and think they are natural born speakers. Somebody will come and say, oh, they are good. They are natural. They are talkative, so it's easy for them to talk, but they did not get there because they were talkatives. They got there because they were disciplined enough to learn the strategies, the scripts, the discipline, and everything it takes to become a better communicator. Myself, I go through those rigorous processes just to have a presentation that people can enjoy. So talk to your child tonight, call your son, call your daughter, gather them and say, look, I want to sell my business idea to you. It will surprise you what they will say about your business. But whatever they say, you're going to learn and you're going to repackage, you're going to reword it. There is a difference between is and was when it comes to communication. The way you present an idea can make the difference. How you present your idea can make a difference. What you said and what you did not say can make a difference. So take note and try it with your workers, try it with your children, try it with your students. If you have some students, try to sell your ideas to them and listen to them. Ask them, how did you see this idea? Did you even understand what I talked about? If they don't, then go back to the drawing board and begin to rework your vocabularies, rework your explanations, rework your stories, rework the words and the metaphors you use to talk about your business. The next point, improve your vocabularies. Vocabularies refers to the number of words or the amount of words at your disposal. Now, what we have noticed is that people who have enough words tend to speak more fluently because they know how to explain the things they have in their head. Now, if you don't know how to explain what you are thinking, or you don't know how to explain what you have in your head, it is difficult for you to truly have conversation around that. It doesn't matter what you think you know. You need to constantly invest in improving on your vocabulary. Our English lecturers will start posting stuffs in the group. Over time, we want to help you with your vocabulary. And then those of you who are registering with us, you're going to be spending 1 month learning. I think that should be on the 3rd month. We're going to be learning English language in a different way. This is not English to write WAEC or English to write JAM. This is English for business and career usage. So you're going to learn how you can use English for your everyday business or career exploits. You're going to learn how to talk in everyday English, and we have professionals whose job is to help you improve in these areas. But on your own, you need to constantly be learning at least 2 to 3 words every day. You need to increase the number of words at your disposal so that you can be able to communicate your ideas once it comes in your head. Once you are short of words, it is difficult for you to be able to clarify your ideas. But once you expand your vocabularies, you'll be able to talk to people about the things you feel. You'll be able to explain your feelings. You'll be able to explain your concepts and ideas in ways that are clear. Now look at this. There are so many other things that are remaining, but I want you to take note of everything that I talked about, because this is where I want to stop this lecture for this night. I want you to remember all of these things I talked about. The first one is you must understand your audience. You must understand your audience. And the second one, you need to avoid 3 common mistakes. One is vague, second is ambiguity, the third is jargon. And you need to use the rule of 3. In other words, you must learn to break your ideas and concepts into 3 simple ideas that you can talk about. And then you need to talk to a 6-year-old child tonight or tomorrow morning. Get your children and say, hey, mommy wants to talk about her business to you, or daddy wants to talk about his wonderful idea with you. Some of you, your children will laugh at you, but don't worry, they are your children, okay? So it is risk-free. It's not going to be a problem. Let them laugh. But at the end of the day, remember that the focus is how can I explain it in such a way that it will capture their attention? How can I clarify it to them so that they can embrace it? And then improve your vocabularies. Expand the number of words you use, on regular basis, learn new words, learn new expressions, learn better ways of expressing your thoughts and concepts and ideas, because that will help you to improve greatly on your public speaking skills. Now, before we ask questions, I want you to remember that if you are looking for practical help to achieve everything that I've talked about, or you want me to work with you, or you want my team to work with you on a one-on-one basis, or you want to have a physical class with us, you can easily reach out to our program and join us. But we have a program that we have discounted on because some people said, oh, the program is very expensive. We said, fine. We're going to have a group training with you. And in that group training, we have subsidized the cost. We have made it very easy and very affordable. And we have had a number of students registering. I was told about some registrations today. And this is called the Power Tribe. The Power Tribe is a 5-month program in which you also get 5 certificates per course that you accomplished. So if you finished a single course, you get satisfied for that course. And in those 5 months, we'll be covering a lot of things. We'll be giving
I hear you. Lost voice.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Are breaking.
We can't hear you.
The network has gone bad
The
again.
next one has gone. Okay, we'll just give you some moments maybe to come again.
All right, the network is back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can
we're
hear you
still
now.
in class. Good, good. Thank you so much for waiting. We're still in class. I was talking about the Power Tribe community. This is a community of people that are getting mentoring and coaching from me and my team. And we're giving you exercises. We're giving you group discussion. You can ask questions from Monday to Sunday and get answers in that group. Anything outside that group, you're on your own. But this is for members of the group, specifically for members of the group. You can also get workbooks to help you to apply what you are learning. And you also be getting ebooks so that you can continue studying, learning, and growing at your own pace. So this program is a program that I personally recommend to everyone because first of all, it's very affordable. Master class. If you want to learn overcoming stage fright, you want to overcome your stage fright.
The network has gone bad.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right.
We can
So
now.
the first month, our job is to help you overcome stage fright, build self-confidence, and master public speaking skills, the basic public speaking skills. Now, in that program, you're going to learn body postures of power. You're going to learn how to carry yourself as a leader and a speaker. You're going to learn how to command more influence and how to project confidence and boldness when you are speaking on stage. After then, the second month, we talk about how to create and deliver world-class presentation. This is for people who want to be able to deliver powerful presentations in less than 15 minutes. You're going to be learning how to structure your speech and presentations, how to craft compelling subject matters, how to share inspiring ideas, and how to take care of your delivery. And on the third month, we talk about English.
Can you come again, please?
I think you should just take your time to explain all of this in the group because I am completely lost. Hello.
Yes.
Am I even still part of this group?
Yes, we are together now.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Please.
we
I
can hear
am.
you.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's continue. The third month is our English class. The third month is our English class. Let me put that out. That is where we learn English grammar, English diction, and elocution. I've shared with you. In fact, if you want to see our full English curriculum, you can come and see it. And if you want to register for any of these programs outside the group program, you can also come for it. But that will be a private session. So that is no longer a group program. So it's going to be a different discussion altogether. All right. Then the fourth month, we talk about Persuasion Masterclass. This is for those of you in multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, pastors, leaders, politicians, or business people that want to master how to persuade people to buy your ideas, how to persuade people to buy your products, how to persuade people to change their beliefs or adopt new beliefs, how to persuade investors, and how to motivate people. So we are spending 4 whole weeks working on this. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so exciting because for the first time, you will learn how to use the power of oratory to get people to buy into your ideas and your businesses. And you don't have to force anyone. And you're going to learn how to market your businesses as well through this class. And the last month, we are going to talk about presentation dynamics. This is where we teach you how to tell better stories, how to use icebreakers, how to create humor, even if you are not funny, how to use pauses, how to use questions and controversies to drive your presentation. That also is a 4 weeks program. Now, the investment for this program normally is 65,000, but for the past 3 months, we have been doing it on our website for 25,000. And for people who want to come as a group, you can just join us. If you just want to pay for 1 month, you can pay 15,000. But if you are paying for more than 1 month, if you want to pay for 2 months or 3 months or 5 months, then you can calculate it by 10,000 and you can subscribe. The months you subscribe for are the months you get. You cannot jump the months, okay? Unless you want to come for personal or private coaching, then you can choose the course you want to learn and when you want to learn it. But if you are joining this community, you have to be patient with us. You have to follow us for 5 months and give us 5 months to help you to improve in such a way that the people around you will notice it and will tell you about it. And we have the Power Tribe Plus for people who are saying, look, I don't just want the online coaching and training. I want the full training and coaching. I want the full certificate, but I also want to have physical access to you and to your trainings in person. So that's, you can join us in Abuja or Lagos. You can have access to physical coaching. You can talk to any of our facilitators or lecturers. You can meet them one-on-one. Maybe you need help or you need assistance, you need support. You will have a personal assistant or personal speech assistant that's assigned to you that you can easily reach. This person's job is not to do all the job for you. His or her job is to help you faster than I can because I might be busy when you need me. You can talk to this person, you can send them your videos, they will review it, they will give you feedback, they will give you support. You can also tell them to hold you accountable because to some of us here, it is not that you don't know what to do, it is that you don't have the discipline to do them. So you need somebody to say, hey, you are supposed to deliver on this project at this time. So please stick to it. That is the job of these assistant speech coaches. All right. And the investment for this is just 90,000 Naira. And you have all of this package for 5 months, including the live classes and your speech coach. And you can also have a private session where you can meet with me one-on-one and ask me questions or ask me to show you 1 or 2 things you need to do regarding your business or your career or your brand. And I will give you advice or instructions based on what I have done or what my clients have done and what works for them. So if you want to take action, you want to really take action, regarding these things that I talked about. This is the account details. The account details will also be posted on our Telegram group so that you can easily copy it, all right, in case there is a mistake somewhere. That is my phone number and my WhatsApp number as well. If you want to talk to me about something, you can take my WhatsApp number. I like to make this announcement as well. If you want to invite me to come and speak in your city or train your people, maybe you have a workforce or you run an NGO or you're organizing a seminar and you want me to come and talk to your people, you can also bring my attention to that. Let's work towards that. Let's see how we can help your people to grow more and more. My areas remain the same: communication, leadership, and marketing and sales. Those are the four things I talk about. I don't talk about any other things when it comes to public speaking, please. So at this juncture, I believe that I've been able to help you get clarity on one or two things. If you have questions, I'd love to take them right now. By the way, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate. I see some of you taking notes. I see people paying attention. Thank you so much. I would like to take questions at this juncture. If you have questions, you can either type them or unmute and then ask your question.
Good evening, Mr. Mike. Good evening, Dr. Mickey.
Yes, Esther, good evening. How are you?
I also,
all right.
Yes, I'm very fine, thank you.
All
Another
right.
thank you, a very big thank you once again today. My question is this: it's nothing but the breakdown we're having, the poor network. If we were to start and we're having all of these, like you're having it today, so I don't really know what will be our fate.
It
You
won't be.
really need to see how to improve the.
It won't be much of a
network.
Okay.
Issues so that. Hello, I can't even hear you, sir. I can't hear you.
All right.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
The network is one of the challenges.
Yes, I'm going to answer that. Just
Hello?
stay with me. Can you hear me? Esther, can you hear me? Hello, Esther, can you hear me? Okay,
I think her mic is muted, so she can't hear you. She can. I think there's a lack of. We can hear both of you clearly.
All right. So she said, what of these network issues? Well, that is why we call it a community. All right. That means we are in a place where we can always talk to each other. If network interrupts, I can do a voice note and send to you. If a voice note is not enough, I can still record my slides and send for you to watch and listen to it. So sometimes when I'm busy, maybe I'm traveling out and I might not be able to show up for a class, I normally record my videos for the class and then I upload it. My clients get to watch the videos and then they will now come to the community and ask questions and get answers based on their individual questions. So the network is a big issue, but trust me, it is not something we cannot do without. I mean, if you compare it to physical meetings, when before the pandemic, I used to fly to Abuja and there is no guarantee of what is going to happen on the air. There is no guarantee of what is going to happen when I'm driving, maybe to my hotel room or stuff like that. There is no guarantee in most things. And you might still get there. And for one or two reasons, things are not always perfect. That's my point. But we can always find a way around that. Because you are in an exclusive community, I can do a voice note and I can also record the slides and the presentations and bring it to you so you can watch them, ask questions, and get answers. At the end of the day, you're going to get value for your money. I hope this reaches you. Okay. Okay. All right. Please, who else has question?
My question is, you can hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This community tribe meeting, has it
Yes.
taken out the extent of having a physical meeting in Abuja now? No, you're not running a school anymore in Abuja.
Yes, because I'm stuck in Lagos.
Even when the whole thing is out.
No, once there is interstate travel, I have a pending training that people have paid for.
Yes.
So I have a pending training that people have paid for. Secondly, and I'm saying this because somebody might help, we're looking for a permanent space in Abuja. We're looking for a place where we can be having meetings every week in Abuja. I've started discussing with two different, not so far. So if you have a space that we can negotiate with the owners or a place where that can accommodate people, we would like to have a permanent place in Abuja because we normally use hotel. We use Febsin Hotel and we use workspaces at times. So now we want to have a place where people can come on Saturdays and Sundays, especially because we want to focus on working class and career people when we get to Abuja. So we're looking for places where we can be using on Saturdays and Sundays, every Saturday and Sunday of the week. So once we get that kind of place, then what happened will no longer be an issue anymore.
Okay, sir. Please, I want to know where your office is in your training center here is in Lagos.
In Lagos, we're in Maryland.
Okay, sir.
Yes. You can also check our
Maryland.
website to see the full address. Yes. You know Maryland Mall, do you?
Yeah.
Our office
Yeah, I
is
do,
by
sir.
the other, is directly opposite Maryland Mall.
Okay, across the
Olatunji
express.
House. Yes, second floor. Fodax Training Academy or Fodax.
Okay, sir.
All right. Do you want to have a physical class?
I would like to be there before anything.
Oh, fine. Who am I speaking with? Sorry. I don't know who I'm speaking with.
I'm speaking with Esther, sir.
Oh, Esther, you still want to come and see our office before you start?
No,
Okay.
not seeing to start. I'm
Okay.
convinced. I don't need any further conviction.
Okay.
But I would like to also know where you are. I'm asking this
Okay.
question based on the fact that you needed a permanent place in Abuja. So I want to believe you have one here in Lagos.
Oh, interesting. Even in Abuja, where we are in Abuja, if you go there, they also know us.
Where are you in Abuja, sir?
We use Febsin Hotel.
Okay, Febsin. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We're trying to secure the place, but the money is too much for us.
I know.
So we are changing our mind so far.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, it is. We love the place, and a lot of people were easy to access the place. We're looking for a place where people can easily access.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount they were calling for us is not here.
I'm sure there's no much publicity. If there's more publicity, you get more students.
Yes, we will start more publicity when we have a place where we are sure that people can be meeting every week. So once we get that, like we have in Lagos, we have a permanent place in Lagos. So it is easier for us to ask you to walk in anytime. But in Abuja, I have to be there to drive some of the things. So once we secure a permanent place, we are bringing it. But we have a program that once they lift the lockdown, I am launching the program the next week of it. I have scheduled, we've paid for the venue, we've scheduled my flights, everything have been paid before the lockdown came. So people need to get back to that training immediately after the lockdown. We are launching the program. So those of you who are doing Power Tribe with us, at that time, you can also join us. Okay, that is why we are very sure, because in Abuja, we normally do our program every month in Abuja. At least once in a month, we do program in Abuja. So it is more consistent, but other states, we're not sure for now.
Okay, now, sorry, let me ask, if I register for the Power Tribe,
yes,
I can also join the physical class when you come up on stream in
Abuja. That is if you register for the Power Tribe Plus.
Yes.
Yes, you will join us.
That's the 90,000. That's the 90,000.
Yes, You will
Okay, I
join
can
us
now join the physical class.
the physical classes, not just once, but up to twice. That is, each class lasts for 2 days. So that means you're going to join us the first month and you're also going to join us the second month. And why do we encourage you to join us? First of all, you're going to be practicing in front of the audience.
Yeah.
So they will be giving you feedback just in case there is something I missed. And I and other facilitators will be there to also look at you. So it's like peer assistance. Everybody is helping everybody to improve.
Yeah.
So the more you attend those programs, which I seriously encourage, the better you get.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma. Okay, who else has questions?
Hello.
Yes,
Dr.
ma'am. Good
Vicky.
evening. It's good to
I
see
have a
you.
question. Good
All right.
evening. Yeah, good to see
Yes,
you too.
ma'am.
Yeah. I want to talk about the deadline of the payment for this power tribe.
Okay. The deadline is
Yeah,
on Monday.
where will that be?
On Monday.
On Monday.
Yes.
Monday, as in
Day after
you have the
tomorrow.
whole.
Wow,
Okay,
that's
that
good.
means that you have a full day. You have a full day of Monday, or when it's just
Yes,
Monday.
Monday
stops.
by let's just say 11 p.m. So why we are closing it is
11 p.m.
because
on Monday.
yes, why we are closing it is because the program is normally 25K per month. So only people who attended this program will have the opportunity of paying the fee that we are putting it at. The rest, they can just join us at 25K a month for the course. And you can just take one course and say it's enough for me if you want. But members of this group want them to take 5 months so that they can get better results. We want to work with them for a longer period of time so that we can watch them and say, hey, look how you were before you joined this program and look where you are today. The results will be more obvious and it is something we want to really bank on so we can get more testimonials from them.
So you're very shy in speaking. You can't face audience, and because of that your assignment, I didn't do because I just don't know what to do, how to go about it, or what to say, and so I didn't do it. I didn't do it, but I guess with the class, it will help someone to be more bolder and.
Sure. In the class, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, we try as much as we can to support you, to encourage you. At some point, we're going to come after you.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to come after you because if you're not getting the results, you're going to tell people that this program is not working, it's useless. Don't mind him. You know? So my team is going to come after you. They are going to start calling you and saying, Ma, in Abuja, there was a woman that told us, she said she would never do the assignment we gave. We said, Ma, but you paid. And in Abuja, they paid 65,000. Check online or ask anybody. We have some of our students that give testimonials. They said, Ma, you paid for this. She said, no, I'm not going to do the assignment. He said, well, the truth is, the more you do the assignment, the more you help us to help you. We are very sure that this thing will work for you, but you have to do the assignment. So whatever the reason might be, whatever you want us to do to encourage you to do the assignment, just let us know, okay? If you, anyhow, we can help you to get you to do it, because once you start doing it, before you know what is happening, you will see how you have changed and the progress will be very obvious. Are you in Abuja or Lagos?
I'm in Lagos.
Oh, if you're in Lagos and you are struggling with shyness, I can actually give you 1 whole month. If you register for Power Tribe, I'll give you 1 whole month to be coming to our school for your practice. Come and have physical interaction with people for 1 whole month and then watch the transformation happen. So what happens is that there are people that when they practice in front of other people like them, they tend to learn better, maybe because of the peer feedback. So some other persons will look at you and tell you, oh, you are doing well, but try to do it like this, try to add some flavors here. I have seen that it works for some people. Even though I have been telling them to do it, they still did not get it until maybe somebody else, I don't know, maybe the person is somebody that explained it better, or for some reasons, the person said, try it this way, and they try it and they get it right. So that is one of the reasons I encourage you to do that program. We have a banker we are working with right now. We have a medical doctor in Abuja that is still waiting to have a physical class. Immediately after the lockdown, we want to launch in full force in Lagos and Abuja. We're getting a permanent place in Abuja. We already have in Lagos. So once we secure these places, we should be able to be having regular programs in these two cities, and you can participate in every one of them.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma.
Like that assignment, I had to do it and do it and do it.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
You know?
And watch out. The more you do it, it will get to a point that
yes,
even if you don't know what to say, and they put a phone on you and ask you to start talking, you will talk and you will make sense.
Yes.
So people don't understand. This is a matter of exposure. The more you are exposed to this in our academy, we encourage our students. You will do audio presentation. We record them. You will do video presentation, and then you will do live presentation. We want you to get used to it. There's nothing like I am confident when I'm speaking in front of people, but when I'm on radio, I'm not confident. It doesn't make sense. Or I am confident when I'm speaking on radio, but when I'm on TV, I'm not confident. I don't understand. You're supposed to be confident anywhere, anytime, anyhow.
Yep.
So that is the essence of our program. And that's why we are spending 1 whole month, because that is as long as we need to be able to clarify certain things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do I still have questions, or should we call it a day from here?
You're still meeting tomorrow.
This is the end of our program for now. Other programs.
Really?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Hello. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, this is on Friday, Timothy.
Okay.
I just joined this meeting not quite long.
Oh.
I wasn't even aware. I just switch on my data now and discovered that there's a meeting. Yesterday I was not opportune to join.
Okay.
I was not available. So I was just going through the Telegram messages, and then I discovered that a meeting is going on. Okay. So I just let me join. So please, can you just recap and just
I will send you the link where you can watch the full video at your comfort, at your convenience.
Okay. I tried watching that of yesterday. It's like you sent the link.
Yes.
But I don't know. I was not able to view it.
Don't worry. I'll send you the YouTube link so you can go on YouTube and watch it.
All right. Thanks.
Yes. Just remind me, just in case I forget.
Oh, okay.
On Telegram.
Okay, both that of yesterday and today's on.
That of yesterday and today, yes.
All right.
Then if you want to register for any of our programs, you can talk to me as well. Where are you based?
In Lagos.
Oh, that's fine. We have office in Lagos if you want a physical class, or you can register for online for social distancing sake.
All right. All right, thanks, sir.
All right, sir.
Oh, I hope.
Yes.
Yes, I said I hope when we register, you'll be available. When we need you, you'll not become invisible.
I will be available for members of that community for different reasons. First, it's like a project for me. Okay. And of course, I won't be available like all the time. But if you ask questions, rest assured, I will make out time to answer you. Okay.
Okay.
So, we have 7 days in a week. So maybe you ask question by 10 a.m. If I'm unable to answer, definitely before the end of the day, I will answer your questions.
Okay.
I encourage my students to ask questions based on, this. We're teaching a lot of people.
How do we join the community? Is it based on registration, sir?
So once you register, yes, you join the community. The people who register for Power Tribe Plus will still be in the same group with people who register for Power Tribe. The difference is that we will be inviting them for a physical meeting, or they can schedule for a physical consultation if they want. That's the difference. For Power Tribe members, if you want to attend our physical meeting, you have to pay for that physical meeting.
question again, for those of us that are interested in these 5 months, as in, can we be paying on a monthly basis if we cannot afford to pay 50,000 for it?
Yes, you can pay 20,000 for 2 months or 30,000 for 3 months, then pay subsequently.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
Those
it's called
interested in the
subscription.
Power Tribe.
Power
those
Tribe.
interested in the Power Tribe is 90.
Yes, the Power Tribe Plus, the 90,000.
Can it be split into 2? Pay twice?
You can pay 50,000 for a start, then you can complete the rest with months.
Okay.
Yes. All right, I think I've done justice to the questions. I will be Yes, I will be also organizing other free programs just to help people who, for one reason or the other, may not be able to join. But if you want to get the full experience, I really encourage you to register for the full program and participate and get value for your money. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Remember to send me testimonials. Remember to send me testimonials. All right. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thank you.